What a palaver. I'm changing the mud flap brackets for brand new ones. But yeah, because they're riveted on, you've got to grind all the rivets back, so it takes quite a job. But anyway, new one's on. It's stone chipped. It's already powder coated, but I've stone chipped it all. I have gone over this a bit, but that'll be all right. That'll come off. Bit of wipe on there. So yeah, so that one's on. So now I've got to do the other side. I'll try and show you a bit more from the other side. Safe to say, I didn't show you more on this side. It was a black hole. It was dirty and mucky, but basically we've got new ones in there, all stone chipped up. The rivets were grinded off and they're back on with stainless nuts and bolts. So if they ever need to be changed again for any reason, they are simply unbolt. So that's this done. I need to pull this out now, and I need to organise getting the green Defender back in here so we can make a start on that. So let's get cracking.
Doesn't feel like it's doing anything now. Do I have to keep going?
Yep, till it's all the way off. But if it's tight now, you can go on the other one if you like. The one at the other end.
Where? Oh.
At the front, where you were. The other end of that little mount bit, look.
No, I don't understand.
You're taking this bit off, so the other bolt's there.
One.
Yep. Go on. That's it. Right, well, as you can see, the green one is now back in. So we've got to go around and start making a list of bits we need, get some bits on order. I want to get the front wings back on, and then so the bonnet can close, and then we can start fitting up the rad, etc, etc. There's not a great deal to do on the front end, just putting it back together. It's the interior that's going to be an issue. So I need to empty all that out because it's full of stuff. And then, yeah, we need to work out what we need and get this on the go. I've got, obviously, I think I showed you in a previous video, I pulled out some bits that I've got that might make it work, that come from mine when I did the conversion. They're not the best bits, the dash isn't very nice, but he hasn't got one at all, so at least it's something that can be changed later. So yeah, right, let's have a cup of tea now it's in, and then we'll start making a list. Morning, it's Wednesday. I've started my New Year's health regime, so I'm out in the country walking 5k a day. That's the plan. So anyway, today I'm not in the workshop, I am house shopping. I've been tasked with finding a new house for my nan. We lost my granddad a while ago. Ooh. And she's rattling around in a 5-bed house on her own, so we're looking for a little bungalow near us for her. So I've got 6 viewings today, but in order to get me steps in, I'm going out early before we go on the meets. So yeah, 3k in so far, so I'm just on my way back home. Should make 5 and a bit, because I'm getting a little bit portly. Anyway, I'll be back in the workshop tomorrow. I'll see you then. Okay, we've been having a power steering leak from the Defender. So I probably can't show you very well, but I stripped off the engine cover, the fan shroud, and the viscous fan so I could get to the power steering box. Hang on. There it is down there. I've cleaned it all within an inch of its life. I know it's still a bit muddy, but I mean of fluids with brake cleaner, and wiped it all down with a cloth. You can see the pipe over there is spotless as it is down there. I've also done the underneath. That's completely clean. I think it's coming out of the lower end where the drop arm comes out, because the seal, or the outer seal, there's about 3 seals on that. The outer seal is all cracked and perished, and it's a bit damp. So I think that's where it's coming from. And obviously it's leaking down, and then as you're going along, it's, you know, the wind is blowing it about. So I've cleaned it all. I'm now going to run it up and then wiggle the steering about and see if anything becomes apparent. So that's my first job this morning. And just to add, I've also ordered a couple of £100 worth of bits for this. All new bulkhead bolts. I've got extra long ones on there that obviously won't tighten up because they're far too long, just to position it. So I've ordered the correct ones. I've ordered the stabiliser bolts for the brackets that go between the footwell and the chassis. I've ordered wing bolts because they were all rotten and crap before, so I've ordered all new ones of them. And then we can get all that mounted. I've ordered all the clutch hydraulics, the pipes, because you've got the pipe from the master to the bulkhead, but then we need the flexi and the other pipe, so I've ordered that. The bracket that you need is like £20 for a little bit of metal, so I'll make my own. And then that means we should be able to get the clutch all sorted out. The oil cooler pipes are too short because obviously the engine is moved back with an LT77, but I have got disco pipes which should be longer, so I'm hoping they're going to fit. If not, we'll have to sort something else with that out. I mean, this conversion's been done loads, so there must be some option. I'm sure the Discovery ones are longer, so I'm sure it's just those we need. And then we can literally get the front end all back together, and it'll be back where it ended, as in when it first come in, it'll be back to how that was, but it's got a galvanised chassis in a 300, so plus a bit more, i.e. clutch hydraulics and stuff, which you never had before. And then that'll be at a point pretty much of where it came in. And then once that's done, we can then begin our time putting it all together and trying to get it on the road. So once all these bits turn up, I'll start fitting them. They'll probably turn up in the next couple of days, so I'll just sit here for another couple of days till after the weekend. And then, yeah, next week, hopefully. Monday, I've got more house viewings with me nan. But then Tuesday, hopefully, we will get cracking and get this back together. I've just had a neighbour wiggle the steering while I look. And what I thought was this pipe here, this black one, is slightly touching that, and it has rubbed a little bit, so I thought it might have put a pinprick in there. But I actually think it's coming from the seal, that end. As you can see, it's all wet round it, and I think it's dripping on the chassis and then running forward all the way underneath the steering box. As you can see, this is now wet. That's all wet there. So I think it's coming out of the end there and then running all the way down and then giving us our leak. So, bugger. I was hoping it was a pipe because that would be an easy fix. But getting the bloody steering box out and fixing all that's a whole more world of pain. So, yes, joy. But obviously it's coming out at quite a rate. So really, it's got to be done before it can be used. One thing after another. I don't know whether to order a new steering box and then send this one back, or to try and repair the seals on this one. I don't know. I don't really know. Right, so as you can see from that, it is literally pouring out of the steering UJ end. So I'm going to have a look now and see if there's a seal kit available for that. If not, we're going to have to get another new steering box. Typically, what, 4 or 5 months ago, I sold every single steering box I had to an exporter. Went to Africa, I think it was. So yeah, I have none left here. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to look for a second-hand, not second-hand, I'm going to have to look for a new one. If I'm going to put one on, I might as well put a new one on. I think they do them as an exchange these days, so probably be a couple of £100 or so, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look for a seal kit and we'll see. Right, bit of a busy afternoon. Father-in-law turned up with his RAV4, looking rather sheepishly. I'll insert a picture here. Yes, His other half had reversed it into a bollard, pushed all the boot in. It was twisted, so on the driver's side there was a gap between the boot and the seal, so you could, you know, fit your fingers in. And the other side it was tight, as if the whole thing had twisted. He'd rung his insurance company. They said, well, the assessor came out and apparently they were going to write it off. So he came to see me just on the off chance. And we took it up to my friend up the road who did the painting on the Defender, and he said, it's twisted. He said, get another boot lid, paint it, and we'll put it on. So I said, well, let's just come back down the workshop. Let's try and push as much out as we can, just to see if that side closes, so there's not letting, you know, rain, water and atmosphere in. We lifted the boot up, used the transmission jack and bits of wood, and pushed up from the inside, obviously after taking the plastics off, and it got a lot of it out to the point where the boot now shuts perfectly straight. It is just like panel damage now, swage lines. So now that Gary, my painter, has seen that the boot is straight now, as in it closes correctly, he said, yeah, you can get on the outside and pull the last few bits out and do that. So obviously I didn't take any photos of that other than what you can see here, or what you saw. What I've also done is the seals that I forgot to do on the Defender doors. They have this rubber seal along the bottom. I only had 10 pop rivets, so I've put 5 in each side. I need to buy some more, but they're in. So they were the last bits to be done. And yeah, we just got to decide what we're doing with the steering box. I found a couple of how-to videos on how to rebuild them. So I'll go home and I'll watch those and decide whether to buy a seal kit and fix this one, or a new one is about just under 400 quid. But it's they've not redesigned, but originally, if you know steering box on these, they have a pipe, an external pipe that comes out the top, round and down to the bottom. Originally, that was all going to be inbuilt in the casting, and for whatever reason, it didn't happen, so I had to put an extra pipe in. Now, people have started making them without the pipe, so the casting has now got the pipe effectively on the inside, and apparently they're a lot tighter. The tolerances of the gears are a lot tighter now, so there's less slop in them. So part of me thinks I should just buy a new one, but 400 quid is telling me maybe I should try and rebuild my one, but I don't know. I'll go and watch the videos and see what I think. So I think that's it for today. Tomorrow I said earlier, I've got another house to view from my nan, and I am going to pop to Lakenheath and have a look at the plains as well for an hour or so. So I might take a couple of videos from there. So yeah, if I do, then you'll see them next. If not, I don't know if this is a whole week's worth, or whether I need to carry it over to next week, because I haven't been here much this week. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you don't mind. Yeah, anyway, have a good one.